We're currently in the Little Weezer drainage on the Payette National Forest. This is the heart of the lava fire that burned through last fall. The devastation is 100%. Virtually every tree has been killed. The vegetation has been scorched. The soil has been bared. I think now we should be able to recognize that we need to first figure out how to suppress these fires before they become catastrophic. And then second, we can start figuring out what needs to be done to rehabilitate the environment. And the first thing that comes to our mind is we need to be salvaging this timber.
Mahans are currently salvaging in a sale that was set up and approved prior to this fire. Because of certain policies that currently exist, they can only work within those designated boundaries.
We as loggers would ask to have the opportunity is to just travel along this road with a piece of equipment, harvest the timber while it's still merchantable that we can just reach from the road. This road here will access to the south to the community of Ola and eventually Emmett and Horseshoe Bend. And as you can see, the bridge has been completely lost as a result of the fire. It seems logical that the harvesting of the timber could provide a revenue stream that would help rebuild the infrastructure without relying on appropriations from Congress. So what we're looking at is some Douglas fir that was harvested last week. As you can see, my hand is about 8 inches, so you're looking at 24-inch diameter tree. You can count the growth rings. It's well over 100 years old. This is a valuable product as it's slow growing. It would probably be milled into tuba 4, tuba 6, tuba 8 material used for framing of houses, structural components, and that sort of thing. As we move down, you can see we have ponderosa pine. This wood is all of prime value at the moment, but eventually the pine will begin to blue. It gets a blue stain, which affects the sapwood of the log, and it will become of a lower grade value, and the mills can't afford to sell the lumber.
This isn't just a logger-driven agenda. Mills and those who work in the forest products industry see this need.
If we wait 2 years on these logs, it's literally, there's no value in the logs at all. You'll see that these logs here, the fire was 8 months ago, basically, and we're still getting bugs in them now. I'm worried that the bugs that are in the logs from the fire are actually going to get into the log yard. So that's why we got to try to get it cut as fast as we possibly can.
Too late! That's one of the problems with this burnt stuff. If we wait too long, it blues. Now you might say this is pretty wood, and I agree with you, but as far as market value goes, this doesn't have it.
This came from a salvage sale, something that we got on fairly quickly. We are able, if we can get it to it fast, to get a good product out of this still.
Current optimistic timelines take 6 months just to process the paperwork to salvage federal timber. Most realistic timelines for harvesting are much longer.
What we're looking at for all the salvage and stuff is the importance of getting it out as soon as possible. We're slowed down just by the Forest Service or any agency entity on getting the wood out. But if we could keep going, if anything, for public safety, we could probably get going on the road corridors first, even if we have to come back for the rest of the stuff later.
For a problem of this magnitude, you have to start small. A small step could result in big outcomes.
Hey, so what we're talking about is not that we're gonna start clear cutting every single burn. What we very specifically wanna do is these corridors, these places around the roads, we want to clean them up. You can't understand the emotion a true woodsman feels at this site. If you've never been in the woods of northern Idaho or western Montana, eastern Oregon, and you see landscapes like this, it's legitimate sorrow in your bones.
So this just turns my stomach. Every day I drive in here, it's emotionally very disturbing to see this level of destruction. You know, this is a part of our community, lots of recreation, lots of people have a lot of fond memories up here camping. Oh man. It is a complete loss of our national forests. It doesn't matter if it's in Adams County Council or California or Washington or Arizona or where it happens. This is a common occurrence. So now we got to decide, are we going to go forward? What is the next step? Are we going to salvage it while the timber still has value? If this was your own personal backyard, I think every responsible citizen would be wanting to take the steps to mitigate the loss of habitat, the sedimentation into the creeks, and let's figure out a way to get it growing again. This is not about a paycheck for Mahon logging. It goes above and beyond that. This comes back to the core of who we are as people. This is the correct thing to do, the right ethical thing to do to rehab, to stabilize this environment so that we can all enjoy it. I feel it is my job, my duty, my responsibility as a forester and as a logger to see that this work gets done. It is vital. One of my goals is that my grandchildren would be able to come back to this forest, to a green, healthy, vibrant, functioning forest, and to be able to enjoy it much as I have during my lifetime.